Well, we may not know whether it's towards the bottom, the runners, I guess, are gang-based. Are there particular gangs that you see in the area that are known to transport stuff on 81?
There is a gang element to it, but they may not be like your, I don't know what you call it, mainstream gangs that everybody knows about. It could be, it could be a very small gang that's affiliated to a bigger gang for the purposes of having them as their connect.
Is there a gang problem specifically in this area?
I would say that's a matter of opinion. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, if you were victimized by a gang, there's a problem. And now, am I going to say, we're like swimming in them? I'm not. No, I don't think Carlisle, I don't think Shippensburg, I don't think Chambersburg is swimming in gang problems. But I think the gangs are here. There's no doubt about that. There is no doubt about that.
How does the gang determine where is the turf or domain? Do you know?
That's like anybody else. That's like any, if you're leaving an area that's heavy with gang activity, right? And you're new to an area with no gang activity, you want to basically proliferate what you're accustomed to, okay? And because not only because it's what you're accustomed to, but it's how they make friends, it's how they make acquaintances, it's how they make connections. You understand what I'm saying? Through that gang lifestyle. If I move to Carlisle, just as an example, and I left the gang and now I'm new here and I don't know anybody and I don't have any friends, you know what I mean? I'm going to start going to places where there are people, where there are young guys, or if I'm young, you know what I mean, where I can make a connection and say, hey, I'm down with these guys. You ever, you know what I mean? And maybe like take a trip back home and let this person see, what it's like, and then, they might see some of that lifestyle, i.e., the drug use or the fast money or whatever the case may be, and say, hey, let's do this where we're at, because there's no competition. You understand? Where you run into problems is where there's competition. If there's no competition, then they're going to come here and then they're going to set up, and it's going to be pretty easy to set up, and they're always going to show like potential people that they want to join, the fun aspect of the lifestyle. You know what I mean? But then, to join, when they get more serious about joining, obviously, then they're going to say, okay, to prove yourself, you got to do X, Y, and Z. And then that's when we start to get a lot of, gang-related criminal activity. The interstate, obviously, is how they get here. You know what I mean? Or the trains, you know what I mean? But typically, they'll take, the way they get from Harrisburg to here, or the way they get from wherever they're coming from to this area is usually either the interstate or usually, Harrisburg, and then from Harrisburg they have a family member or a friend or a relative, you know what I mean, pick them up and then they bring them to Carlisle. So, and by virtue of that, they have to come up 81. So.